On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk, and best friends of mine or whatever. So Rita came back into the picture. I got engaged to Rita. She came back from Spelman and came back to Michigan. And she hit me up like, Tom, what's going on? And I'm like, no, I'm moving in a different direction. And she was like, she was feeling some type of way about it. And I, being stupid and young at the time, was like, yo, you can meet her. Cause I thought we was cool. Like I thought it was cool. I'm like, yo, y'all could be best friends or whatever. And she like, yeah. I want to meet the girl that, took my spot or whatever. And so I left out the room and it turned into
Wait.
It turned into World War III.
What did I say though?
And she told Rita, she went off on Rita, and she said Anton don't want to marry you, and all of this other type of stuff. And Rita got into it with her, and so I basically was like, yo, don't call my phone no more, whatever. And I chose Rita, and I rocked out. That was it.
From my perspective on this.
And the numbers show that usually people that shack up before marriage usually are often geared more towards divorce. So do not shack up.
That is a fact.
Do not shack up.
So you're suggesting like after they proposed and gotten married, then they move in together.
Then you move.
Yes.
What happens if you start to see traits and things like that you could have gotten accustomed to prior to proposing?
Like you got a lifetime.
Like what?
I have no idea, but I'm just saying.
You got a lifetime to get
an example. I can't guess for you.
So I think that
safe.
I think that okay, there's so many things I was thinking of saying. One of the things that I will say though is I agree with actually everyone on a lot of different points. I'll start with Siobhan. I do agree that you just can't give a man too much too soon. You just can't. You have to make it known. Like you have to honestly, ladies, you have to honestly not be afraid to be like, okay, cool. If he doesn't want to meet the terms that you have in terms of what you expect, what you want, okay, cool.
What?
Bye. Because when you adjust your boundaries for him, he's just gonna keep doing it. He's gonna keep doing it. He's gonna keep doing it. So if you say, listen, after 6 months, like, what are you doing? And like, either you're doing it or you're not. And like, I'm gonna stop talking to you. Like, I'm not playing with you. So I think a lot of girls let guys do her, and because they want to keep him around and they want him to stay. I get the market is thin out here. I understand, but like, I think the more that you enforce your boundaries, the more respect that he will have for you. And then we were talking about.
I agree with you, Kayla, on that too. By the way, like on that part, I agree.
Mm-hmm. And then I lost my thought. What was the last thing we were talking about before?
Telling people to shack up before they get married.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think that the way that at least I was raised is that when you get engaged, that's when you start to combine assets. So I guess in the last maybe few months prior to the wedding, you've moved in together and like getting that going. And then when we get married, now we fully move into our new house we've got together, whatever it is. But I just don't think that you should live with someone prior to being married, prior to being engaged. We have a date and we're getting married. I just think that a lot of people do that to try to trial it out. And that's why their marriage ends up not working. When you just get in it and you commit to it, you have to understand that it's not a trial. Like, I'm in it now. So whatever it is, we need to try to work it out. Versus like being in a situation where you're not fully committed. And then you always feel like there's like an out, like I could just move out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a divorce is not the same as just like, I can just move out. It's different. You've committed yourself to this person and spent all this money and you know what I'm saying? So right. I just don't agree with shacking. I've never shacked. I've literally only lived with someone I was engaged to. I do not shack. Do not do it. You can very much see a person when you come over to their house. You can very much see how they live. If you're spending real time with them, if that's really your man, you see what's going on around here.
We talk about vetting a lot.
Hold on real quick. I want to get to Kay. Let's go to Ricky. I know they've been trying to get in. I got you, Quest.
Me?
I heard you come off the mic. I thought you wanted to say something.
Yeah. Okay, I was just going to ask, like, for the men on the panel, Quest and Anton, whoever, any man on the panel, what were the reasons that you did not marry a pretty woman that was a good woman that you may have known before your current wife? Like, because I just have a hard time thinking that like, oh, if they're pretty and they're not married, they must be bad. Like I don't think that. So like I'm just trying to get some insight from y'all. What are some of the reasons that you wouldn't marry a woman if she was a good person and beautiful?
I'll take that. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like Anton, I might be the most qualified. I don't know how many like prior girlfriends you had, like serious ones that you were like potentially like looking to do the rest of your life type shit with. Did you have a handful, Anton? Before I jump in there, or was Rita like one of the first? I'm asking. That's a legit question. I'm niggas not trying to be funny. I'm being so serious.
I will say, I've never even told this before, but it was.
Tread lightly, Anton. Tread like think.
Tell us. Tell us.
You good? Go on, let that thing fly.
Kayla, what?
Spill the tea. I like people to spill the tea. Spill the damn tea.
It was a girl before Rita that I thought I was gonna marry.
Go
The
on.
solo.
What about closer to the camera?
If I'm gonna tell the story, you gotta bring me off solo.
And then what happened was what? What happened after that?
It was a girl that I thought I was gonna marry before Rita or whatever. And
what?
her and Rita actually wound up getting into it. But
Ooh, wait a minute.
that's a whole nother conversation.
No, I want to hear that. Never mind.
Hello, motherfucker.
So Anton, like why didn't you? I'm trying to like get people, you know, this is a good perspective to give.
This is
And I know Quest has something to say about this too.
No,
but
I just
like,
want him to finish.
No. But like, why wouldn't a man who wants to be married marry a woman that's beautiful? She's a good woman. Like, what is the differentiating factor is what I want, like the answer to give.
The main reason that I didn't get married to her is just because she went to college out of state. She wound up going to Spelman, and I wound up staying back in Michigan. And we was really, and she was another really good friend of mine. She was like a best friend that turned into somebody that I thought was super dope, and I thought we was gonna wind up getting married. And then she went out of state, and so that whole thing completely dissolved. And she went to Spelman, and then Rita stepped into the picture because I had reconnected with Rita, and that was it. And so I proposed to Rita, and then she came back in the state from Spelman, and her and Rita got into it.
Ooh.
And I chose Rita.
Okay, so it's like proximity.
Juicy story.
No, it's deeper than proximity because if you don't mind,
Based on what he said about her being out of state.
I think it's deeper than just the proximity.
You said what I got to do.
Hearing Anton speak on this platform for
Rita want me to get a context.
Don't make it seem like I just be out here arguing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rita about to fire your ass up.
You said don't do that.
When you beat her up, you beat her up. It's okay.
So this is what happened.
Or shall I get it?
You can do whatever you want. I'm gonna tell the real.
Okay.
Rita was like, don't do that to me.
He was like, that is my man.
Well, no, either way. So what happened was, again, Rita came into the picture or came back into the picture because, you know, they was both like really dope people and best friends of mine or whatever. So Rita came back into the picture. I got engaged to Rita. She came back from Spelman and came back to Michigan. And she hit me up like, Tom, what's going on? And I'm like, no, I'm moving in a different direction. And she was like, you know, she was feeling some type of way about it. And I, being stupid and young at the time, was like, yo, you can meet her. Because I thought we was cool. Like, I thought it was cool. I'm like, yo, y'all could be best friends or whatever. And she like, yeah. You know, I want to meet the girl that, you know, took my spot or whatever. And so I left out the room, and it turned into it turned into World War III.
What did I say though?
And she told Rita, she went off on Rita, and she said Anton don't want to marry you, and you know, all of this other type of stuff. And Rita got into it with her. And so I basically was like, yo, don't call my phone no more, whatever. And I chose Rita and I rocked out. That was it.